The first step towards a relationship with Jesus is a heart of gratitude. You know, we're only here because God gave us our life. This life is His. He is sovereign. He is separate. He does not need us. He is eternal. He was before all things. He is now, and He will be after all things. We have to start with that. We have to take ourselves out of the picture for a second and just start with God. He is great. He is almighty. He is wonderful. He is majestic. And the only reason we're here is because of Him. He gave us our life in His creation. And we have to start with a heart of gratitude for that. A couple things to think about is, first of all, God's sovereignty. You may know King David. Now, David was of the story of David and Goliath. He went on to be the king of Israel. He wrote in a prayer in First Chronicles 29. These are the words of David. It's a prayer of David. Yours, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty, for everything in heaven and earth is yours. Yours is the kingdom, O Lord, and you are exalted as head above all. Both wealth and honor come from you, and you are the ruler of all things. In your hands are strength and power to exalt and give strength to all. Now, our God, we give thanks and praise your glorious name. This was 3,000 years ago. King David wrote this prayer. God is eternal. In Psalm, the psalmist writes in Psalm 90, before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. God's power, the psalmist writes in Psalm 33, by the word of the Lord the heavens were made, their starry host by the breath of his mouth. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the people of the world revere him, for he spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood firm. God just spoke the world into being. His all-powerful. You have to give brilliance about that and have just an awe and a reverence for that, and a heart of gratitude again for us even being able to be a part of this life. Marvel at his brilliance. Look at the sunsets, how beautiful they are. Look at the vastness of the universe and the smallest of atoms, and under the microscope, how small things can be. It's just brilliant how God is. And admire his love. Look at a mother with the tenderness of a mother and a baby. It just brings you kind of makes you tearful. And that's love. That's God's love. You even see it in the animal kingdom, how a mother will take care of her babies, and how they'll even be so sad and sorrowful if one of their babies dies. They'll lament and stay by them. So that's God's love. It's his love in creation. And finally, God's holiness. It's probably the most important thing that we know about God is God is holy. He is perfect. We're going to see this is what separates us from God. He is holy. He is perfect. Both in Isaiah 6 and Revelation 4, we see the story of the divine beings, the winged beings, circling around God, crying out, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. And finally, King David eloquently summed up the characteristics of God with this in Psalm 93. The Lord reigns, he is robed in majesty. The Lord is robed in majesty and is armed with strength. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved. Your throne was established long ago. You are from all eternity. The Lord on high is mighty. Your statutes stand firm. Holiness adorns your house for endless days, O Lord. So the first step in coming to a relationship with Jesus is a heart that's full of gratitude for God, for giving us this opportunity to even be in this life. We're not here because of anything we did. We're only here because of him. And a heart of reverence and awe for how great God is. Now, that's the first step. The next step is going to be that God knows you and he wants a relationship with you. Stay tuned for that.